It is not other Honorable Johnson Muyanja Senyonga. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
He is the newly elected chairperson of the biggest parliamentary caucus in the Parliament of Uganda. That is Buganda Parliamentary Caucus, with a representation of 103 members of Parliament. Well, now you have finally achieved your dream.
Yes.
What is the task ahead of you as you start a long journey of 5 years of your office?
First, I want to make sure that we came together as a team. Whatever is going to be done is not going to be done by only me as an individual. We are going to do it as a team. Secondly, make sure that we get to know each other with the honorable members of Parliament and the other representatives in Buganda Kingdom. We need to have an interaction. After that, we shall engage into socialization, where we shall have football and netball, and then after that, maybe we go for a drink so that we know each other better before we look into the issues that Buganda would like to be incorporated in the program of the budget.
Well, Johnson, you are saying that you are looking up to a moment whereby you're going to have an interface with representatives in the Mengo establishment.
Yes.
Why? And what are the issues that you want to first streamline with them before you get into the national parliament?
So our interaction is going to bring us more closely so that we can solve issues. We can have their concerns when we on a friendly manner. So that's also very, very important. And it has ever happened. I remember some time back they had also research. So we are just trying to make it a routine program so that the more you come together with somebody, the more you come to know their concerns and how best you can approach the concerns. So definitely that's one. Two, you hear that the serious matter in Buganda is about land. Landlords and levied holders. We need to get in touch with the Buganda Land Board, either in the form of orientation for a day, so that they can tell us how they do their programs, so that the members of Parliament are on the north side. So that, okay, it is done like this is the amount charged. After charging maybe 100,000, this is how the registered levied holder can be very comfortable. It is very important.
Don't you think that you are likely to be seen as an agent of the state, trying to interfere with the issues to do with the supremacy of Buganda Kingdom?
Because we need to know.
It's your right to know.
Yes. When you know, but you cannot give false information. You will give proper guidance to whoever will approach you. So therefore, if MPs are oriented to how things are done, you will see that even the Buganda Land Board will be having higher chances of clear doing of their work, because not how many of us have ever attended their workshops.
The Mengo establishment, they have their own parliament. Well,
yes.
Whereby you MPs in the main bigger parliament, you only appear there as ex-officials.
Exactly.
So you trying to advance a complaint on the grounds that are either issues to do with the discrepancies, unmatched fees, land fees that they pay.
No.
Don't you think that you will be bordering on
that's
on issues?
What we are saying, we must be oriented. Orientation means to know, so that we work as people who are informed. Because we are representing people. But the moment you are not informed, how many of 100 are aware of the programs and the process that is being taken by Buganda Land Board? Me, I know. I have even registered my Chibani. But many don't know. It is not the concern of the money, but how can you follow the process? Because there are so many people who are misleading the levied holders not to be registered And how are you going to guide them when even you are not informed? That's why we need an orientation. When you go for orientation, you can be there for half a day, it can be a full day, and so that the people come to know how things are done.
Can I know your view on the proposed land amendment policy versus the interest of the Kingdom of Buganda, which has already expressed some kind of fear on what government intends to bring on the floor of Parliament?
The biggest problem in this country is hijacking issues. I cannot hijack an issue. I have to wait. Where are they going to do the amendments? Which parts and how are they going to be phrased? Then I'll be right to come and say, okay, here, according to Buganda government, we are not interested. According to we, the landlord, because I'm also a landlord. I'm not a small landlord. So, how are we affected? How have we balanced our concerns? But right now, it will be very unfair to come out. It was a suggestion, like a head of state. You can say, like now he's saying, I'm going to come.
This was noted in Chairperson when he was meeting
exactly.
technocrats.
Like I came and say, I'm going to give teachers more support and more money. You have to clap and you wait. How is it going to be done? Like recently, he came out and say, okay, all the members of parliament who were in the first parliament, all those parliaments, I'll make sure arrangements are done how to support him. People immediately came out to start saying, no,
Honorable Johnson,
has not come out clearly to come out with a policy. Without a clear statement, a serious leader like me now, I cannot come out to say anything. I have to wait for the bill, the land amendment bill. We read it, we see where we are not contented, and that's where we can contest.
we want a preliminary opinion of yours.
I cannot have one because I don't come out. I'm very creative in my statements. I don't want to say because if it is a bill, it must be produced out, debated, and we can even consult. But when there is no bill, it is very, very unfair for a serious leader to come out and start
discuss a document,
public issue, which is not even there.
There have been scenarios of where some members of the caucus have not been attending caucus meetings. How are you going to handle that?
No, it depends. The disciplinary committee is not only there to look into members who are not attending, but members may not be attending, but when they are loyal to the caucus, when they are paying their subscription in time, so that cannot be a problem. The committee is to look into.
But this is a matter of course and honorable from members of the caucus. These have been perpetual absentees and
yes, this is very
contrary
this
to
is
the decision of the
caucus where you have over 20 ministers. This is a caucus where you have some when they are committee chairpersons who can be busy at a particular time when the committee is sitting. But if you get a message of apology from a member, how do you handle that? If the member is very loyal, that when you are contributing for something concerning Uganda, he or she do participate, that's good enough. That's why they formulate leadership, so that a few who can have time can be there. Can you now tell some of the ministers that become the chair of the caucus?
If I can ask you this, when did you last interface with Honorable Sam Kutesa and Muruli Mukasa, who are members of your caucus?
I'm a new member. I'm a new member.
Like yesterday, like on Saturday when you are voting, did they show up for a noble cause like this?
No.
And what do you read from those lines?
That they are busy. That's why we had to make some adjustments so that we get another position in the executive of our Honorable Member of Parliament, who is also a minister, to whip the other big number in cabinet. They are busy. Like now, my own Honorable Chibuli, he called me when he was in Australia. He wanted to vote. I said, can I allow to? And I said, no, there's no need already. Everything is done. Eh? Honorable Nankabi, on that very day, he was called to go to Egypt. That very day, he was with us, but he was said within an hour, you must get the airport. You are leaving to represent the Honorable or Speaker or whoever in Egypt. That's how they are doing their work. They are busy. But as long as there is so solidarity and loyalty, we take them as serious members.
Well, now,
for example, Honorable Kutes has been contributing financially. But not only in the Buganda Caucus. How many times do you see him here in Parliament? Because he is minister. He's a busy one. If he's doing the right thing for our country, for our caucus, when you miss, we don't take you as someone who is anti, unless you denounce yourself.
Are you trying to state that you who attend, you are not busy?
We are busy, but we are not at the same level. Because, for example, if you are a honorable member of Parliament, you were minister. So that's why sometimes even in their constituency.
So it's animal farm, eh?
Yes.
Other animals are bigger than
others. And you have to accept. Okay. But otherwise, for us, we are ready to work closely with all of.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, viewers. And I thank you, WBS, for this time.